In the Bhagavad Gita, in the chapter 15, Krishna told that in the abode of mind, there's no light, it not need the light of the moon, nor the light of the sun, nor the light of the fire. And those who come to my abode never come back. There is a light. There is light. The light of the Atman that the Upanishads talk about. The light that, according to Psalms, Or Zaru al Tzadik Betehilim. The light that so many enlightened beings talk in the realization of their real nature. The light that allows to see. And that is the reason in the Vedas we see the sages are called rishis or seers. Those who see. Oh, mañana te mirandas ya yanan chalagaya. Yeah. My master open my eyes with the torch of wisdom. So it's a lot about to see light. With light we can see. Many things that the disciples should listen to the words of the Guru, to take the guidance of the spiritual master, because what a spiritual master is not like what everyone say. When somebody says something, it's ordinary. But when my master says something that is extraordinary, that is perfect, that is right, that we should listen and take the guidance of the master. But the difference between the words of an ordinary being and the words of the master, the awakened one, is not that this is perfect and this is imperfect. That is not accurate. The difference is between one who walks in the darkness and one who can see because he found his own light. And then the difference is that the one who walks in the darkness has assumptions, opinions. And the one who walks in the light describes what he sees. His words come from a direct perception by the aparokshanubhuti of Shankaracharya. Direct perception. So words that come from direct perception, obviously, much more valuable than words that come out of opinions. Why? Opinions come out of knowledge, come out of information. You perceive, you study, you sensual perception, you think. Then through this What is this study? Is to collect information. And all this information you store, and you create a big storehouse where you have information that you receive from your parents, from your friends, from your teachers, from your religious leaders, etc., etc., etc. Things you hear, things you saw, situations, etc., etc. And all this is knowledge, but is past. This is very important. It is past. It's something that happens a few years ago. And then, whatever you experience in this moment, now, you give an opinion that is based on your information, that is your past. So in some way, any opinion will be a reaction of the past to the present, to the now. It is clear? When we talk about a seer, a rishi, somebody who is awake, we talk about somebody who describes what he sees. Simple like that. A description is so different from an opinion. You can have so many opinions about different people, that a person is nice, for others it's not so nice. Somebody can think that this person is beautiful, others can think that not so much. Somebody can have an opinion about this music, that, etc., etc., about the country, about everything. People have opinions about masters too. But to say that Gopal is here and Krishna Devi is here, it is not an opinion. That is a description. If somebody call you and say, tell me who is there, and you say, Gopal is here, Krishna Devi is here, say, no, but that is your opinion. You say, it's not my opinion. I simply describe what I see. You cannot argue with the description. So, in the same way, the enlightened one go and simply describe reality. Describe what is see, what is as it is. And usually, that brings to a lot of problems with society. Because to go in life and talk with people and tell them, describe what you see, sometimes can bring you a lot of troubles. Because not everybody wants to hear the reality. Not everybody is ready to face. But in order to describe, you need light. You need light. Usually, you think you saw light in your life, but the reality is that nobody saw never light. Usually what you see at home, for example, when you turn on the light, is furniture, chairs, tables, people, And you see all this and you say, oh, there is light. Same thing outside when the morning starts. So you see, the people, the streets, the houses, etc., the trees, and you say there is light. But what you see is not light. You see the objects, the forms, the trees, the things appear. And the opposite, when you turn off the light, you don't see darkness. You say, oh, darkness. No, it's simple. You cannot see objects. You cannot see the table anymore. You cannot see the books. You cannot see so you see it's darkness. If you are not accustomed to the darkness, slowly, if you look and wait and look into the darkness, you will see slowly a little more clear. Same happens with the light. If you're a long time in darkness and somebody turns on the light, in the beginning you don't see, it's the same phenomenon, more or less. When we are too accustomed to live in the world of darkness, that is the external world, because darkness belongs to the superficial world, to the superficial dimension. This world is a world of darkness, and there is no light. What you call light is simple, a way to hide the darkness, but it's not real light. At the moment you destroy the source of light, what will remain is darkness by its own accord. If you destroy the sun or you destroy any source of light, what will remain will be dark. But Krishna, when he talked about his abode, that there is no needed temporal light, a source of light. When he say, it's not need the light of moon, the light of sun, etc., no, of fire, that means it's not needed a kind of light that have a source, a temporal source, that can be destroyed and then will be darkness. Try to understand. What he tried to say is in Krishna Loka, in his abode, in the self, because paradise is in you. When you enter deep in yourself, there is not light that has a temporal source that can be destroyed. Like externally there is a darkness that has no source. That is the reason cannot be destroyed. When there is a source, you can destroy it. If you destroy here, this lamp, that lamp will be darkness. But the darkness can be hidden, can be covered, but cannot be destroyed in the superficial world because it has no source. In the same way, if you enter into the deeps of your being, there is not light that has a source like the fire, like the moon, like the sun, but it's the light of the Atman, the light of consciousness. That is not a source that is somewhere, because it's everywhere and nowhere. So the same like the darkness in the surface cannot be destroyed, the light deep inside. The light of what you really are. The light of your being. And when you arrive to the light, you can see. We say externally, we see furniture, tables, chairs. Internally, slowly, slowly, you will be able to see thoughts, feelings, emotions, ideas, concepts, attitudes, conclusions. And finally, you will see yourself. The experience of yourself is the experience of light. Like in the physical level, the experience of your body, that you see your body, is the experience of the light. Deep, deep in yourself, the experience of the soul, of what you really are. It is the experience of light. You understand?